Go
Hello.
on.
Alright. I think for this playthrough, I'm gonna side with King Arthur. Probably. Oh, back to this really cool place. This place is so sick. It's so nice. What the fuck is that? Jesus Christ. Let me see if I shoot it. Okay. That's pretty cool.
At
Who are
last
you?
we meet. I've heard much about you. Your choices, your determination. Caradoc isn't easily impressed, but he was impressed with you.
Who the fuck
Few
is
dare
this?
to seek the truths buried in Avalon shadows. Fewer still make it this far. I was the first. Caradoc followed when my brethren burned and the tear opened. And now,
The
here
tear?
you are. A truly rare and joyful...
Who are you?
Oh, forgive my lack of manners.
Oh, it's Oren. Oh
I
yeah,
am
this
Oren,
guy.
the last apprentice of Merlin, and the last archdruid of Avalon. I've carried the weight of this land's secrets longer than I care to admit, but names mean little. What matters is the task before us.
What is this place?
What lingers here? It's older than Avalon, older than anything we know. What you see is the beginning of weirdness itself.
Oh.
Its purest form, raw potential, unshaped by anything but its lack of boundaries and limits. Beautiful, isn't it?
It is beautiful. What do you want from me?
Oh, precisely the opposite of what Caradoc wants. I want you to help me resurrect King Arthur. Properly this time.
So he wants to kill him properly and you want to resurrect him properly.
Ridiculous, I know. But yes, that's what it boils down to. At some point, we stopped seeing eye to eye and chose different paths. Ultimately, though, both our paths led to you.
This is so cool. Me? How?
Yes, please let me explain. By the end of his life, Arthur became obsessed with his legacy. He left mementos, artifacts that embodied the virtues he wanted Avalon to preserve. Excalibur, a symbol of loyalty and sacrifice. The crown of Pendragon, a beacon of courage and resilience. The shield of Palamedes, wisdom and independence. But Merlin and the others didn't believe that would be enough. The memory of war and the fragility of peace was still too fresh. So they acted. When the king died, his soul wasn't allowed to move on. It was shattered, bound to those artifacts. A clever solution, but ultimately flawed.
Why would they divide the king's soul? What was flawed about it? Didn't anyone try to resurrect Arthur as a whole then?
I tried, and I found his humanity. Bound, kept safe. But the Four Dwellers aspects was left to drift, untethered between worlds. Finding it needed more than magic, and needed someone like you.
Me?
The horrors you endured on that island gave you something no one else has. You can move through the weirdness, and return whole. That's why you found the king's soul, bound it to yourself and came back.
You're saying all of that? Everything I went through was all a part of your plan?
I couldn't have predicted all of that. I merely nudged the Red Church in the right direction, and asked Caradoc to assist where I couldn't. I can see you're still doubting me.
What do you want to achieve?
I want to bring back our king, whole and complete. I want him to lead
Fractured
again and
but
safeguard
whole.
Avalon's future.
What if this resurrection fails again?
This time, Arthur will be whole. A king must be more than power. He must be human. That balance is what will save Avalon.
Why do you want this so much?
Because I've seen what happens without him. Weirdness preys on the weak, and the people are too divided to stand against it alone. Arthur is their only hope. Ever they're left without him, without guidance, chaos takes hold. Division festers. You've seen it during your journeys. If things continue this way, Avalon will tear itself apart long before Weirdness finishes the job.
Even if he's whole, what if the people won't follow him? What if you're wrong? What if unity isn't enough? See this
They
one.
will follow him. That's what people do. When weirdness comes to their doorstep, they'll beg for a savior. And Arthur will answer the call. Help me bring the king back, whole and complete. That's all I ask of you.
Fractured butthole.
Now you need to go further. I made my case. Please keep in mind what I told you. This is the only way for Avalon to survive.
This makes me want to play Elden Ring again. I don't know why. I need to play it. Okay. This place is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. That thing is cool. What's that over there? It's like a tower. The origin of the weirdness. Oh, what is this? Hey, it's Caradoc. He's gonna try to tell me otherwise.
I was there when it all began, when Arthur first set foot on Avalon. I was a knight in his army. We believed in him, in his dream, in his kingdom. And for a while, every battle felt like a step closer to peace. Every sacrifice justified by the dream we shared. But then came the cost, the war crimes, the impossible decisions, the massacres, slaughters, and irrational cruelty. We turned from knights into butchers, all because his dream demanded it of us. At first I told myself it was necessary, that it was the price of building something great. But the longer it went on, the harder it was to believe. That's when I realized Arthur wasn't a god, a savior, or a king. He was just another man, no different from the rest of us. And no man should have the power to demand such sacrifices.
And you want to kill him once and for all. I've heard that before.
But do you understand why I want it so much?
Because of some personal vendetta, you feel betrayed, you hate what you've become because they made you mortal in the process? Betrayed?
I'd like to believe that after 600 years I've moved past. You need to understand that people thought, and still think, that he was more than human. But he wasn't. He made mistakes, just like any man. And the cost of those mistakes was always paid for by others. I've seen what happens when people cling to kings and myths. They wait, they follow, they waste their lives on promises that never meant anything. But that's not my problem. I'm not here to fix Avalon or to free any. What comes after doesn't matter. Let it all burn, let it rot, let it rebuild. I won't be here to see it.
Even if you destroy Arthur, the Round Table can just crown someone new, replace him. You think the people can stand on their own against the weirdness, the monsters? You want people to face adversity without guidance and leadership? Isn't that just chaos waiting to happen? And what if your way leads directly to people's fallen demise?
Then let it. If this world can't stand without a dead king propping it up, maybe it deserves to fall.
Even if you destroy Arthur, they'll replace him?
Arthur's the only myth that still holds weight. And when he's gone, the rest will rot with him. A puppet king, another empty throne, none of it will last. Maybe they'll keep pretending for a while. Maybe they won't.
You think people can stand against the weirdness?
Let them stand, let them fall. It's not my concern. If the weirdness takes them, so be it. At least it won't be another king's failure. Another lie propping up a dying world. It'll just be what it is.
Without guidance or leadership, isn't that chaos?
Call it chaos, call it freedom, I don't care. Let them rise, let them fall. Let them tear each other apart. I just want to watch it all come down. To see the last lie collapse under its own weight. What comes after? That's for the ones still standing to figure out. I've lived longer than any man should. Seen more than anyone should ever bear. And I've waited centuries for this moment. This chance to end it all. To end him.
Oren made the case that people need Arthur, that they can't face the weirdness alone. Oren believes this resurrection will be different. He says it's the only way to save Avalon.
Oren's a druid. That's what they do. They believe. They believe in myths, in symbols, and some of them believe in saving Avalon.
You don't believe in that Avalon can be saved? You don't believe it's worth saving?
I don't believe it's my decision to make. Not Oren's, not Arthur's, not mine. I've watched this cycle turn too many times. I have no stake in what comes after, only in making sure this nightmare finally ends. We were fools to tamper with forces we didn't understand, resurrecting Arthur, infusing him with powers of the weirdness. We didn't just bend the natural laws. Such violations of nature's order cannot go unanswered. The bill comes due sooner or later, always. This cannot be allowed to It's taken longer than I ever... But now, here we are. You've done what no one else could, what even I couldn't do. You've brought Arthur's soul back together, almost complete, but not quite. And because of you, can finally finish what I started centuries for bringing us to this moment. You're close now. Just one more step. The last fragment of Arthur's soul is waiting for... Complete what you came here, and then we'll meet again. As allies, or as enemies. Go. Find the last piece, and let's end this. Whatever comes next, I'll be ready. I hope you will be too.
Alright. Whoa. This is very Elden Ring vibes, with the castle in the distance. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh, Arthur Poo! Whoa, that's a giant log. Oh, this is sick. This is very cool. I like it. Is that Arthur? It's Hob! Hello, Hob.
You've come. The one who carries what's left of me.
No fucking way.
Don't come any closer. Don't force me to think about coming back again.
Wait, what?
Just let me finally die.
I didn't expect that. Why do you want to die?
Because I've had enough. Enough of being torn apart and stitched back together.
It is him.
Enough of being used and forced to be something I'm not. Do you know what it is like to be a king of nothing? To see the people you swore to protect because of your choices in your name. I've seen towns burnt to the ground, families destroyed. All because someone thought it would serve the greater good. And they called it loyalty. They called it... I've been dragged through every dream, every lie they've built around me. And I'm tired. Tired of the weight, of the expectations, of all of it. And most of all, I'm tired of failing.
Damn. I knew Hob had some relevance to the story because we kept seeing him. And he was like there since the beginning of the game. I didn't realize he would be Arthur, but I knew he would be someone like important. What about Oren? He's trying to bring you back whole this time.
Oren wants a king, not me. He doesn't see the broken man behind the myth. He sees a symbol, a weapon to wield against the weirdness. But symbols aren't people. They're empty. And the more they're used, the more they hollow out the one who carries them. That's all I've ever been to Oren and the druids. Do you know what it's like to be a weapon? To be forged, sharpened, and thrown at every problem?
Yes, actually. And Caradoc, he wants to destroy you forever.
He thinks ending me will free Avalon. But what then? Without an idea, a light to guide them, they'll stumble, lose their way, and turn on each other. People always seek something to follow, something to believe in. Take that away, and they'll tear each other apart trying to find it. Or worse, build something even crueler in its place.
What is it in death that you want?
I want release. I want to stop being a tool in their endless struggle. Kill me. Destroy the last piece of me and use the energy however you wish. Take it yourself and become the new king. Give it to someone else. I don't care.
Aw, poor
Just
Hob.
don't let me come back again. Let me die. Not as Arthur, not as the king, as a simple, normal human being.
Aw. You're the human part of Arthur's soul. Without you, he can't be whole. Don't you care what happens next with your kingdom? You've been through a lot, but there has to be another way that doesn't involve your ultimate death. Yeah, let's do this one.
Another way? There's always another way, isn't there? Another cycle, another resurrection, another lie to keep the world spinning. But please, not for me. Not anymore. I've had enough. I don't want another chance.
I feel bad for him.
I want this to be over.
Poor Hob. You're the human part. Without you, he can't be whole.
Isn't that what you've been doing all along? Carrying what's left of him? You've already taken up the humanity I was meant to represent. Doesn't that prove Arthur doesn't need me anymore?
Don't you care about your kingdom?
I don't care. Do you know how freeing that is? To finally not care what happens next? Whether Oren gets his king or Caradoc gets his ruin? To not feel the burden of all my failures? To not see my memory tarnished? My plans, goals, and ambitions dragged through the mud? To not see the suffering my name causes? No more deaths in my shadow. No more kingdoms built on my bones. Do what you think is right. It's all I can tell you. Because whatever you decide, it will finally be your choice, not mine, not theirs. And that's the only thing I've ever wanted. You hold the choice. I don't care who you side with, Oren, Caradoc, or no one at all. You have all of my soul. Take it for yourself to someone else. I don't even want to know. Do what you will with it. Just let me go. Let me finally rest. Let me die.
Aw, poor Hob.
Let me go. Let me finally.
Aw, I feel so bad for him. There you go. Chill back there. Alright. Ooh, this doesn't look good. This looks kind of fucked. It's pretty cool. Hey, Brian. Welcome in, dude. How you doing? 11 hours. Yeah, man. I'm at the end game now. I'm at the end of the game. Hello, Oren.
Help me bring the king back, whole and complete. That's all I ask of you. Now you need to go further. I made my case. Please keep in mind what I told you. This is the only way for Avalon to survive.
Okay. Can I put a bonfire? Nope. Good to hear.
Go on. He's waiting for you.
Okay. Hey, it's the Tainted Grail! Oh, this is sick. I have to touch the Tainted Grail. This is so cool. Boop.
You carried a dying king across the bones of a dying world. Now you stand before what started it all, an idea. I am the reason there must be an ending. I do not guide. I do not judge. I exist so that something can be chosen. I do not offer meaning. I require that one be made. You have brought all things to their conclusion. Now, decide what must remain. Choose, and let the shape of the world follow.
What if I choose Oren's path, Caradox's path? What if I take the King's soul for myself? What if I give the King's soul to someone else? Let's ask about Oren.
You will vanish into the story you chose to restore.
Caradox?
You will break the frame, and what follows will not remember you.
Take it for myself.
You will be seen. You will be followed. You will be blamed.
Someone else?
You will shape the world to become its witness.
I'm thinking about giving the soul to someone else. I want to give the soul to... Let's do this one.
Who do you have in mind?
Oh my god, there's so many people. Gerfan, One Eye, Yvain, Maggot, Urfir, Niante, Brendan. I think out of all these characters, Maggot is the coolest.
He would break the seal and flee. His hope lies not in healing Avalon, but in leaving it behind.
Brendan?
He would trade crowns for contracts, a world ruled by law, not lineage. Prosperous, but unanchored.
Sounds like none of them are going to be perfect. Niante?
She would lead through care and quiet faith. Reverence would rise, but so would the silence around it.
Urfir?
He would build a world with no kings. Work would shape worth, but power does not disappear. It adapts.
Okay. Yvain?
He would rule through law, not command. He would listen, if he understands.
One Eye?
He would dissolve the old and raise the tribes. A new law, written in old blood.
Gerfan?
He would shift the center. Unity, if the mountain holds.
Tough choices. For this playthrough, I'm gonna follow Oren. I want to bring Arthur back, and hopefully he'll be whole. I feel really bad for Hob though, the human part of his soul, but fuck it, I want to follow Oren.
Then the idea shall endure, unquestioned, repeated, secured by return.
I begged you not to do this.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I begged you.
Rip. He's back. Poor Hob.
I won't let this happen.
Now we gotta fight
Not again.
Caradox. Damn. This will probably be easy. As everything has been. Because this game is easy. So easy. Wolf's Howl. Superior bow. Oh. The Grail. The Holy Grail. Complete the ritual. Before we complete the ritual, let's see what we got. Superior bow is trash. Wolf's Howl. Also trash. King Arthur's Crown. Increases strength, dexterity, perception, practicality, and spirituality by 5. You deal... Okay. When did we get this? Cool. Can I put it on? Doesn't work. Until I have the requirements. Ooh, that looks cool. Oh, he looks sick. We can literally... We can be King Arthur if we wanted to. If we chose that path. Complete the ritual.
Through your
Rip Caradoc.
sacrifice, the king returned, entire, unbroken, and ready to reclaim his throne. You held faith that Avalon's fate still turned with him, that one last rising could bring balance to the broken land. Now he rules again, and the world bends to the weight of your choice. For salvation or for ruin. You gave everything to restore the king, and your journey ended with his return.
Oh, am I dead?
Closing your eyes upon the sight of Arthur's triumph,
I die.
you felt no regret, only the certainty that your final choice had been the right one.
Damn.
With One Eye and Captain Brandon working side by side, the South found a peace it hadn't known in years. The roads stayed open, the fields were guarded, and the people finally felt safe. No longer bound to Camelot or the Knights of the Round Table, it became a land ruled by its own people on its own terms. Because of you, the men here remained and the Kuanacht endured, not just as a place, but as a legacy of quiet defiance and hope. Lord Yvain was remembered as a hero who gathered the wise and set out in search of the Grail, while Kuanacht stood as a peaceful haven amid the weirdness. You awakened the giants, and with them at their side, the Dal Rita conquered Camelot. As the capital fell, the customs of the tribes spread across Avalon. Not everyone welcomed them, but the change had already taken root.
This is so cool.
Virgas was named the new Galahad the Loyal. With One Eye and Brendan backed by the Dal Rita, the Forlorn Swords, he saw that the South's alliance was strong enough to stand on its own. He urged Camelot to leave the South in peace and turned his attention to securing the rest of Avalon. The captain led the South to independence, breaking all ties with Camelot. Under his rule, the horns of the South flourished. Merchants, pilgrims, and adventurers returned to the roads, and prosperity once again reached the far corners of the land. One Eye ruled the South, with the horns of the South at his side. Over time, the Dal Rita of the Fallen Swords rallied to his banner, forging a unified force. With the South secured, he stood in a strong position to launch future conquests across Avalon. Nianta left Kuanacht with Yvain, and her fate remained unknown. Yet among the people she once served, tales of her devotion and courage endured, and her name was remembered with respect. Magat left Kuanacht alongside Yvain, surprising many who had long considered him harmless and weak. His fate remained unknown, but in time, the people spoke proudly of the last druid, claiming him as one of their own. Eufra left Kuanacht alongside Yvain, despite concerns about his age. His fate remained unknown, but the people admired him for finding purpose at the end of his life, and spoke of him with lasting respect. Ailey turned to the merchants for support, and for a time the hospital prospered. But when they began charging patients for care, she walked away and opened her own small practice, refusing to serve profit over healing.
Nice.
With Frail as their new matron, the Volca pulled even further away from the Dal Rita. Hidden among the snowy peaks, they focused on rebuilding their tribe and strengthening their numbers. The berserkers they had once been famed for became fewer and fewer, until all that was left was a fading name, half remembered and half feared. Ingui turned away from the eternal sleep, choosing life over dreams. In time, she began to rebuild the Thoid among the living, planting the first seeds of a new future for her scattered people. Under Stronna's leadership, the Ulfra found new strength. He rebuilt the tribe and reunited them with the rest of the Dal Rita, restoring their place among the tribes of the Forlorn Swords. With the Stagfather slain and the old bonds broken, Balaam led the swine towards a new path. He opened the tribe to the other clans of the Dar Wita and guided them to settle in the Mather mines. You accepted the mycelium's offer and let the spores consume Sagramor's body. Now the kingdom lies under fungal control, its people connected, obedient, and slowly fading into the roots that feed the spores. You made a pact with the Four Dwellers, freeing them only once they agreed to leave behind their knowledge. One was lost to madness, but another fulfilled the promise, placing a stone woven with the song at the feet of the Stone Wardens. Through it, the craft survived into a new age. When you rose as the new Arthur, Bior struggled to accept what you had become. Though the weight of your new role overwhelmed him, he remained quietly by your side, offering his support from a distance. You and Bior remained together, sharing a quiet life until the end.
My
No
love.
great songs were sung of your days, only the simple bond of two souls who chose each other. After returning to Camelot, Killian lived quietly for a time. When
Who?
he vanished, few asked questions. Unsettling rumors had always followed him, and most preferred not to remember.
Hey, Natalie dog.
Oh,
You having
Queen
fun? Yeah.
Cinnamon Sage
How
never
you did?
forgot the bond he shared with you.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Proud of the path you chose, he built a small shop near your grave, and in
Oof.
quiet moments, still spoke to you as he once did. A friend loyal beyond the bounds of life.
This is giving me chills. Oh my god. He did it. Oh.